Always a
Good
good
evening,
sign.
everybody. Welcome to Exploding Cinema.
Hi.
My name is Adam, and I'm going to be the host this evening. We've got a very packed evening. We've got films from the United States, good old London town, Russia, because we don't censor,
You should.
France, and many places besides that. One filmmaker is going to be joining us from Beirut, HS back from Beirut. Anyway, so yeah, it's a packed program. I'm guessing that most of you have been to Exploding Cinema before, so you know how things work. Anyone not been to Exploding Cinema before? Oh, we do have a few not. Okay, excellent. Well, basically, we show you films, and you can enjoy them or not. It's up to you, really. And then we'll invite filmmakers, and they'll come and we can have a little chat with them. We also have a Zoom connection to connect with people around the world, or maybe connect if it's working for us. It's slightly iffy, that one, but anyway, we'll give it a go. And our first film this evening is coming from America, and it's by Gwendolyn Foster, who is in the Zoom room, I think. And it's called Girlhood. And this is kind of an ode to, this is an ode, I guess, to a sister that has just died. Okay, so now here's where we test the Zoom link. Do we have Gwendolyn in Nebraska?
There she is.
There's Gwendolyn. Hi, Gwendolyn.
Hello.
It's lovely to see you after all this time.
Nice to see you as well.
It's been lovely showing your films over the last few years, but we've never seen you before, so it's really good to see you. So that's a beautiful piece. It's a really beautiful piece.
Thanks.
And obviously it's got to have a very special meaning to you. But my question is about the footage. Like, was that like a home movie, or what are we looking at there?
Well, I'm doing kind of an interesting project, and I don't know if this has been done before, but I'm appropriating found footage and making it into home movies, which are
Yeah.
extremely personal. And I think there's a real, it's really difficult to get my actual home movies because of a very fragmented family and that sort of thing. So I finally decided, well, I'll just look around for movies that I can appropriate that are in the public domain. And I found this amazing image, which looks exactly like my family. So I've been using this in a series of short videos. And my sister recently passed away from cancer, which was shocking and tragic. And I had this little sort of self-portrait, which I put up in homage to her. So that's, it's called Girlhood, and it obviously draws upon some very emotional, personal memories, but it's certainly a cinematic strategy to appropriate other people's material as your own personal visual memory.
Sure. I mean, as you work the material anyway, it kind of becomes yours anyway, right?
Yeah. So I
And-
think that's sort of mysterious and intriguing, and I've been so frustrated because I know that there are home movies, Super 8 and 16, and I thought that was the nirvana to be able to get those movies, but I decided, well, maybe not. You know, there's so many gorgeous home movies out there, and why can't they be sort of interchangeable? And it gets into the question of identity and multiple identities and that kind of thing. So
Sure.
that
I
appeals
mean,
to
we
me.
all get to identify with film all of the time, don't we? I mean, it makes
Yeah.
sense. Sure.
Yeah, I can be Antonioni if I look through his film to some extent. I
Absolutely.
become him, or I become his film, just as he becomes us.
I just really enjoyed the kind of joy in the face of the girl when she breaks.
Yeah, I'm really attracted to that footage too for the same reason.
It's just, it feels such a nice elegy to remember someone in that way.
I'm glad. I didn't want it to be like a stone bummer. I'm glad that it achieves that.
Yeah, I'm going to open this up to the audience here, who I can just about see. Anybody got any questions for Gwendolyn in Nebraska?
Nice to see you all.
Yay. Okay. Okay, they're waving at you, even if they're not asking any questions.
So this is a live screening, right?
It is a live screening. We have a live audience here. Why don't you say something?
How many people?
There you go. There we go. We're in the beautiful Cinema Museum, which is.
Can I see a quick reverse angle, or would that be impossible?
Yeah, we might be able to do something. Ben is he's gonna race up the. Okay, he's got a camera now.
To me, audience is everything. So
okay, I
a
don't know.
movie isn't a movie until you have an audience. It doesn't come alive.
Well, you know, you've got a live audience and you've also got a Zoom audience because there are people zooming in from around the world.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What more do you want?
There
It's
we go.
lovely.
There we go. Wheeler's there as well. Nice to see you, Wheeler.
It's-
So,
see
okay,
the
Ben's
space.
coming with the camera. Here we go. Here we go. He's going to show you our lovely audience.
Oh, cool.
It's an audience of
Wow.
beautiful
All right.
freaks. Here we
Oh,
go.
people
we've
out
got
with
some
wow,
lights.
Wow.
Yay.
Wow.
Wow.
There we go.
Great to see you.
Lovely.
Wow.
Look, Mom, no mask.
Yeah, you're looking good, audience, on the big screen, I've got to say.
Wow, that's great.
Cool.
It does look bad.
Oh, that's, there you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, looking less good. But anyway,
I appreciate the good vibes.
Yes.
okay, they're saying thank you for the film. They're saying
Thank you so much.
Okay, there we go. Okay, Gwendolyn, I'm afraid we're going to have to move on because we've got a packed program. But
Very cool.
maybe we'll get to speak to Wheeler in a bit too. So, yeah, okay, great. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Gwendolyn, Nebraska. Okay, so the next film is by a filmmaker called Jack Wormel, and I think he's here. Jack, are you here? Yeah, he's down here. Okay, excellent. And the film is called Holy Waste.
however, as the world is built simply to provide the occasion for a few attempts at still life.
Thank you very much. Jack, do you want to come on stage here? There's a step there which is cunningly disguised. Okay, you managed.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, let's check it's okay.
Hello.
There we go. Okay, Jack, welcome, and thanks for
having me.
sending in a film. Okay. What I really like about this film is the sound design, the things that you're doing with sound there. So tell us about that if you can.
Well, it's all pretty amateur, really. I'm not in any way musical or good at sound design, but I kind of cobbled it together. But
Sounded pretty good to me.
I think what was nice about it was once I'd filmed the thing, which I just came across by chance, the sound just kind of suggested it to me very easily. I sort of looked at the stuff and was like, I need lush synths with some distortion, because the kind of what it looked like was this kind of weird mix of like being very sort of colourful and lovely, but it's also completely disgusting because it's all old food covered in ants. So yeah, it was a weirdly easy, not completely easy, but it wasn't a struggle really to make it. And I didn't, and I spent a lot more time on the sound than the edit. The edit was quite simple, and then I spent much longer doing the sound. But it's mainly just like, synth, not actual synth, but on like a music making program. And then I just recorded sort of my voice, and then I pitched it up, and then I used bits of street sound and other bits and bobs of sort of sound I recorded.
There were some kind of low growls in there at some point.
Yeah, I think that might be my voice pitched way down. There's also some like bubbling water sounds, which I pitched down as well, that sounds sort of like gastric. But yeah, I thought it was kind of appropriate.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It felt like an anti-advert, like one of those M&S adverts kind of gone wrong,
It's good that you say that, because I wasn't actually thinking about it when I made it, but this happens quite a lot sometimes when I make films. But once I'd finished it, I looked at it and I realized that a few years before I'd been for work, I'd been editing lots of promo videos for food festivals, like food festivals, park and stuff. And all that is all like slow-mo shots of people eating food and like close-ups of like meat sizzling. So I think like what you said is like an anti thing. It's kind of like the inverse of that, because it's all kind of completely repulsive, but it's all in slow-mo, which I don't normally film in. I was just testing my camera for slow-mo because I hadn't done it before, and then I just came across that. So.
A good excuse, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions from the audience? Come on, fire up a question. Yes. Okay.
No, it was like really such wonderful serendipity that I found it. I literally spent, it's in slow-mo, so I could make a longer film than I spent filming it. I spent about 2 minutes filming it on the way home, and I didn't touch it or anything, and yeah. Yeah, I think it was just on a residential street outside a house on the pavement. I think there might have been like, I can't remember if I've now imagined this or it's true, but there might have been an upturned food bin nearby, which I obviously didn't film. So I'm assuming it just came from someone's food bin, and either like a fox or something has rummaged around in it and knocked it all over the pavement. So I think it's just some house's food waste.
Any other questions? Okay, then I think you should give Jack a round of applause and keep your food away from him. And moving on, we're going to a film called Isolated by Diana Galimsianova. Is she in Zoom room by any chance? No? Okay. She's sending this from Russia, and I think it's poignant, this film, because it seems to me like Putin is trying to extend the period of isolation that we've all had. Anyway, have a watch.
Российская Федерация. 45801. Центральный федеральный округ. 10606.
Белгородская область 653, Брянская область 468,
Орловская область.
Ивановская
Иваново,
область
3.
376, Калужская область 247, Костромская область 268,
Курская область 413, Липецкая область 470, Московская область 1963, Брянская область 468, Владимирская область 502, Воронежская область 799,
Московская
Ивановская
область
область 376,
1963, Орловская
Львовская
область
область 264,
203,
Тверская область 391,
Рязанская
Тульская
область
область 469, Белгородская область 222, город Москва
Смоленская
2328,
область
Северо-Западный
350,
федеральный округ
Тамбовская область
384,
264,
Республика Карелия
Тверская
257,
область
Республика Коми 286, Архангельская область 294, Ненецкая
область
6,
469,
Архангельская область
Ярославская область
288,
222,
288, 288. Севастополь 141,
Волгоградская область 704, Ростовская область 1428, Северо-Кавказский федеральный округ 2068,
Калужская область 247, Костромская область 268,
Карачаево-Черкесская республика 103, Республика Северная Осетия 109,
Республика Ингушетия 41, Кабардино-Балкарская республика 289, Чеченская республика 115,
Приволжский федеральный округ 9582.
Okay, it's a beautiful film, I think. I mean, we shouldn't be censoring that kind of stuff. She was in tears when I said we were going to show her film because she's been banned everywhere else because of what's happening in Russia. I explained to her that we don't ban anyone. We show every film that comes into us. That's the way we roll. And yeah, as I said, I think it's strangely poignant. So I'm really glad that we showed it. Okay, just to keep up with the doom and gloom, this next film is called Shadows or Shadows. Okay, as you'll see, and it's by Andy Gell. Is Andy Gell in the Zoom room? Okay, maybe. Anyway, okay. This is a longer one, slightly more involved. Okay, enjoy. Okay, give it up for Andy Gale. Shadows. Haunting stuff. Okay, that's all the gloomy stuff gone now, by the way. It's just all fun from here on out. Okay, so yeah, the next film is called, well, I'm going to give the English title. It's All the Faces I Love Look Alike. And it's by Davi Mello and Deborah Perotta. And unfortunately, they can't be with us tonight. So let's just enjoy the film.
Primeiro, comecei com um pequeno coelho. Ele não parecia assustado quando eu ergui do solo. Foi rápido, um impulso. Indefeso, sequer gritou. No presente veio sangue e o gosto dos pelos, como dentes de leão soprados para dentro. Primeiro, comecei com um pequeno coelho. Ele não parecia assustado quando eu ergui do solo. Foi rápido, um impulso. Indefeso, sequer gritou. No presente veio sangue e o gosto dos pelos, como dentes de leão soprados para dentro. Minha mãe gritava da cozinha, me chamando com a mesa posta. Caminhei até que a sua voz ficasse distante, porque meus dedos e minhas unhas estavam com medo. Voltei só à tardinha. Mamãe deitada na sala e na mesa ainda as frutas da sobremesa. Eu não me lavei naquela noite. E desejei com a culpa uma madrugada insone. Mas dormi bem. É o segundo dia mais frio do ano. Não vi nem falei com ninguém. Quando saí do quarto, mamãe já dormia. Hoje a noite tá clara e só consigo pensar em algo que ela me disse. Sandra, a casa é a representação de uma pessoa. Se a gente não pode ter as coisas que gostamos em casa, onde mais teremos? Às vezes minha mãe tem surto de poesia, quando ela esquece de Cristo.
Quando a menina se aproximou da cama, percebeu que a avó estava bem diferente.
A senhora está com as mãos tão peludas. É para acariciar você melhor, minha netinha. E que braços compridos. É para abraçar você melhor, querida. E as suas orelhas parecem que cresceram. É para escutar você melhor. Nossa, que olhos grandes, vozinha. Assim posso enxergar você melhor, meu bem. E os dentes da senhora ficaram enormes e pontudos. É para comer você melhor. 1, 2, 3 e...
Okay. God, I love some sublimated animal sexuality. Okay, they're not in the Zoom room, are they? One of them's in Brazil, one is in Belgium, and they couldn't quite get their timings right.
Aw.
No. Okay, Wheeler's here. That's good. Okay, so yeah, this is our last film before the break, and I'm getting excited because it's a visually exuberant film, which will get you in the mood for drinking some beer, having a bit of a chat, enjoying the music. Okay, cool. I have a band that I shall introduce. And so, yeah, the last film before the break is Tokyo 100 AD, and it's by Wheeler Winston Dixon. And he is also in Nebraska. So maybe we'll be talking to him on the Zoom. And yeah, as I said, this is a visually exuberant piece. Enjoy. Okay, give it up for Wheeler Winston Dixon. Somewhere in the ether,
Somewhere in the
Wheeler
ether.
is there.
Somewhere. Where am I?
If we pull back the curtain, we see the
Yeah,
wizard.
pull back the curtain. There we are. Okay.
Maybe.
How you doing?
Hey, Wheeler. Okay, we see.
Hey.
Cool. Excellent. So, yeah, wow. There's a lot going on in there. It's so colorful and bright and energetic and flowing and moving. There isn't a single stillness in the image ever.
No.
Where did you find that?
Well, the amazing thing is I basically work with found footage, and this was scrap material that was in the public domain. And the thing about the scouring the web for found footage is that you have to grab it when you find it, because it's not going to maybe stay up there. I mean, I've noticed quite often that I'll be going on a forage for it, for found footage, and I'll find some great stuff, and then maybe a couple of days later it's gone. So, you know, this was scrap footage that just was in completely random order. And so I did a lot of editing with it, of course, the soundtrack, and a lot of coloring with it, and whipped it into this little short film. It's pretty a divertissement It's just really a little short sort of audience pleaser away. But I like it. It's a nice, it's like a little film. And of course, it's about Tokyo, which is the most futuristic city in the world, except maybe for Dubai.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know. It just struck me. Of course, the fish, adding the fish was something I really enjoyed. The gigantic fish coursing through the streets of Tokyo. So yeah, that's what I imagine Tokyo would be like in 2200 AD.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen the film Belle. It's a new anime film.
No, I haven't.
This really reminded me of that. There's some scenes in the streets where they've got the big fish on the sticks. And
Oh, really? Well, okay.
Yeah, it's worth a look. It's trying to deal with. It's a mainstream film, and it's got the problems that a mainstream film is going to have, but it's worth a look. Yeah.
I'll take a look. Thank you very much.
Okay. Do we have any questions? I see a hand up in the audience back there.
Amazing.
Okay, so it's a question about influence and Akira.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Of course, the whole thing is influenced by anime. Absolutely. I mean, and I'm glad to see the audience there. Thank you very much.
Yeah, aren't they lovely?
Well, they are, and they're a very good audience. Yes, there you are. Thank you so much. It's nice to get out of the house even virtually, to see you guys in London. I've been in London many times and I love it. It's a great place. And so I wish I could be there now, but what can you do? COVID has come, so we'll see. But yeah, it's definitely influenced by Japanese anime, and it's not a typical piece for me at all. It's really it's just sort of something that I just put together to please people.
What about the coloring that you did?
Well, the coloring, it was all different colors, and so I basically spent a lot of time twiddling with the dials to get it to the colors that I wanted. And then, of course, it went from negative to positive, which you can't even tell because it went from negative to positive and back to positive again. So that each time I could do that, I could add another layer of color on.
It was a good decision, I think, because the color palette being
it pops.
Yeah,
it
really
pops.
Yeah,
yeah, and that's exactly what it's supposed to do. I want it to pop.
Any other questions?
I love your facility here. I love your facility. It's just so great.
Yeah, no, we're really getting it together, aren't we? Okay, yeah, we've got loads of hands up here. So I'm going to start with Katya, because I saw your hand first. This is another filmmaker who's asking you a question here, Wheeler.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if you heard any of that.
No, I didn't. You have to tell me.
She says it's a great piece, and she's wondering whether you've ever used any animation software such as Maya.
No. It's. I don't really do animated films. This was again found footage, and it's unusual for me to do a piece like this. But all the footage came together, and it seemed to work, so that I did it. But most of my stuff is live action. Although there's a lot of abstracts, but this is the most direct representational animation piece I've ever done.
Okay, there were loads of questions, so I'm going to go straight to another one. There was one down here. Who was asking? No, moved on. So there's one here. Yeah, okay. Okay, the question is,
Wow, we're going all over the place here.
Yeah.
Okay.
The question is, did you find the music in the piece, or did
No. The music is a public domain drum track that I just again I screwed around with that too. I mean, basically fed it through reverb, echo, delay, things like that, and then trimmed it and also raised the level. So.
Yeah, no, it really fits. I mean, I would have asked the same question, I think.
No, it's totally a construct.
This is the person that asked you the question, by the way. Okay, that you're looking
at. Yes, I gathered that. How are you? Hi, how you doing?
Just giving you a running.
There you go.
Gee. Okay, we had another question in the middle here. Okay, it's been answered. So any other questions from the audience? They're probably all really eager to have a beer now. That they've
absolutely. Go for it.
Exuberated by your film.
Go for it.
Wheeler. Excellent. Okay, well, thank you very much, Wheeler. Let's give him a round of applause, people.
Thank you all. Thank you all.
This was
Thank
the
you all.
first ever filmmaker that we did a live Zoom with, people. The first filmmaker we ever did a live Zoom with. So, yeah, excellent. Okay, thank you so much.
I hope to see you all.
Okay,
I hope to
so
see you all
now
in
it's
London in
break
person.
time, and during the break, we have some musicians, and they're just going to take a few minutes now to get themselves organized. The musicians are called Seaman Who, or Two Dogs and 11 Cats. Okay, tech team, I think we're ready to go. Please give a round of applause to Two Dogs.
Testing. Oh yeah, I'm Two Dogs. Dan, my drummer, yeah, he is a great drummer, and the Jidwidu, yeah. So we start now. So chill your heart. this is for my grandmom, your fluffy hair. Introduce Morgan play Judidu. Now this is the song, A Single Tadpole Swimming in a Glass. I changed my pen. This is a mantra to pray for everyone here and for Ukraine.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's good. Where are you now? You sound as though you're in a crash.
Dear Los Angeles, I've known you for almost 10 years now, so it's time to allow my stream of consciousness out.
Yo, Thursday evening, thought I'd give you a call, but your phone is off, as per usual, but no worries. Lovely,
Do you ever notice yourself swallowing your spit? Or blinking your eyes twice in a split? Or being surprised when your breathing resubmits?
Received 11:24 p.m. on Thursday, the 4th of June.
Hey Katya, it's Edouard, I hope you're well. Give me a call when you pick up this message. I have your coat and
Do you ever observe your existential fear? Nervous about the collapse of your hemisphere? Or is this anxiety just way too sincere?
Hey, it's me, Edouard, calling you Tuesday evening, 11 o'clock. Call me back. Ciao.
Do you ever feel like pain is your only solution to having emotion? To get your instincts back to their original motion? An impossible soul-restoring lotion.
Perhaps you could be so kind as to phone me back. Thank you.
Are you worried that your life is going nowhere and that you'll have nothing to share? That your body will soon tear and wear?
Received 10:39 p.m. on the 27th of April.
Hey, your phone is always off. Excuse me, how am I meant to see you if your phone's always off and you don't answer it?
Do you worry about growing old? To you, I dedicate this ode, in an attempt to see the beauty of this apathetic mode.
Hi Katya, it's Edouard here. I think I just left you a voicemail, but it cut out. Anyway, give me a call when you get this message, please. It'd be good to speak to you.
Do you remember that time you arrived at LAX? You sent me a text. So brave. I knew in advance that we'd get laid.
Hey Katya, it's Edouard here. I hope you're well. 6 o'clock, Wednesday evening. Just wanted to touch.
At night I would muse how best to seduce your virgin youth.
Yeah, everyone has to shelter in place, except me when I'm feeling horny.
You didn't take your eyes off me at the Inglewood Strip Club for all to see, ignoring the call girl's guarantee.
Do you want some hemp seed? It's not actually,
We'd drink sojo and relish the mojo, always on the go.
I don't know what's going to happen. I'm always sad the lockdown will be over. I think we should have a yearly lockdown.
We ended up in Venice, with a dead mouse at the premise. You were my Russian card game apprentice.
They say the nails is the meat is murder.
I played with your hair, craving for you to dare. You felt so rare.
Anyway, I think smoking marijuana is okay, but I mean smoking cigarettes, it's like...
We got 1 millimeter closer, and wished that it would never be over. Moreover,
Professor Lockdown, and him seeing his married lover.
we rode bikes. Your wound was like yikes. Chicks dig blood, the bike man smiled.
It is a bit of a weird one, like how there's like kind of rude boy look of like grey tracksuit, blue gloves.
I sat on your shoulders. You struggled to hold it. We abandoned Cynthia on the boulder.
Are you alright?
I attacked your patriotism. You accused me of seeing you through your prism. We were in a state of schism.
Are you a bit hammered?
You hated social media. It was just too tedious, despite being so insidious.
Bless you. Really, your hands are cold. Why?
I showed up late, as your bait, there to elate.
You shivered.
We had blackcurrant mojitos, overly eager. I challenged your ego.
I don't think this is good as that. No, I only gave you a really small bit. It should have just been literally just to like stop your eyes.
How will you write about what you never experienced? You were naively serious, grammar school then delirious. We rushed out of Davy Wayne's, losing our senses, or what remained.
Exactly, I don't want to start getting obsessed, right?
Forcing sex in the pool for your genitals to drool, a failed ordeal.
To get the cleaner to lick the floor clean. Sadly, there's no McDonald's open.
You didn't want to enter during my period. That would be too hideous, so unromantically fastidious.
We're going to start being able to go on unlimited amounts of exercise.
Having iced coffee in the morning was awkward, after being so forward, cornered.
Well, and clearly obsessed with sex as well.
You stroked my shoulders, feeling slightly bolder. There were no holders.
I am Professor Lockdown. For the safety of this country, I'm saying we all have to go on lockdown. Then Monday, he basically said, I am Professor Lockdown. I now herald the end of lockdown.
Then meditated at the Zen center. Frustrated, you put your head on my knee in splendor. So tender.
So I mean, if they dismantle Nightingale Hospital, we're going to start being able to go on unlimited amounts of exercise as a reward for our good lockdown.
My tantalizing farewell gaze at the magic castle, giving you a boner without a hassle. This moment was not to grapple.
Please, you're such a sweetheart. I'm like, yeah.
With your unfinished USC degree, you have no more childish dreams. Just dusty forgotten seams and rough draft story memes.
Back! I know my rights, social distancing.
As this iPhone records my low-budget vision, whilst you're making your next funding decision, and I'm on another impractical art mission.
So that's it, really.
You plead me never to change, so I dance with spontaneous range and keep you entertained.
Super crude. But back in the day.
Okay, Katya, come on up. There's a step right here.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, looking good there, Katya.
Thank you, just for your screening. I made an effort.
I'm completely honored. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Very nice piece. I'm kind of curious because the poem is really integral to the piece, right? Did the poem come first, or did the visuals come first? What was the process here for you?
So the poem was kind of revolving, as you see, around LA, and I love how urban landscapes remind you of nostalgia and certain people you associate with every area. So it was the poem that came first, an experience I tried to digest, which was rather absurd, on some level even incestuous. So then I filmed the scenes of LA with an iPhone, because I spent a year living in LA. I had an OPT visa after my degree at the San Francisco Arts Institute. So I just noticed how every area in LA reminded me of a certain experience, but then I focused on one person who is now a BAFTA awarding producer, and I kind of, for me, people like exemplify concepts. So that person for me is a kind of embodiment of success in a very literal way. As an artist, I have an existential dilemma whether to pursue my vision or to jump through the hoops and, chase after success in a more materialistic way. So this poem deals with these two polar opposite concepts.
Wow, okay. This was filmed over a period of how long?
So the actual iPhone videos of LA were filmed in 2019. I did a residency at the 18th Street Art Center where I went twice, and then obviously the lockdown happened. So the other part is in Richmond Park during lockdown, and the voice that you hear is a totally different person who, for me, embodies the opposite to the subject of the LA poem. So kind of this Etonian drug dealer who chooses to live in total decadence and not have a job and not use his Imperial College degree. And I just never met someone so caricaturesque, so I was very inspired.
Excellent. Do we have any questions from the audience? Apart from where to get the bunny ears?
You mean the yeah, so it was a real person. To be honest, I didn't ask his permission on recording his voice because I thought I liked the naturalesque element and him being totally spontaneous, and you can hear my voice in that. But I kind of hung out with him throughout lockdown, and he became a subject of exploration. And as I said, he was the most absurd person I've ever met. I have put it online, so I wouldn't be too surprised. But then I also did a stand-up about him, and he wasn't totally happy because I kind of psychoanalyzed why he's such a failure, and not in a rude way, but he just kind of really inspired me. Also, he reminds me of this character from Russian literature called Oblomov. Maybe someone's heard of him. So this character is this bourgeois person who kind of is rife with decadence, does nothing with his life, and this guy was spent 7 hours in his bathtub daily, even after lockdown. So that was quite shocking after his Imperial College degree and Eton education. So yeah.
So revealing. Any other questions? Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was a range of areas. So Santa Monica, where the 18th Street Art Center is, then LACMA, also Runyon Canyon, maybe even Inglewood, and Santa Monica. And also I wanted not just to show the touristic areas, but some new kind of angles of LA which are underrepresented in Hollywood. And there are so many kind of dingy parts of LA that people are not aware of. And I wanted to partly showcase those and what you don't see in conventional cinema.
Okay, okay.
I think it's a work in progress. Yeah, art is I think, eternal ploy to resolve one's existential crisis. I definitely think that because I tried film production and I wasn't particularly good at it, that I might as well just abandon the idea. So definitely art, whatever happens, is my lifelong mission. So yeah.
Long may it continue. And okay, final question.
So I recorded the voice first, then I added the claps, and they actually were inspired by the song Missing by Everything But the Girl, which I listened to in my childhood, and my dad is very obsessed with that music. So I timed the clapping with that song because my whole ethos is nostalgia and how the city brings up these nostalgic memories of people that I kind of can't get over sometimes. And I have this OCD of thinking of the same thing and memory, and I don't know, maybe I've got some mental condition, but yeah, so it was the sound first and then the imagery.
I guess for me, it was really good in terms of giving the structure and editing, and it gave it a rhythm and it gave the editing a purpose, and yeah, nice, excellent, well done. And round of applause.
Can I just announce my Instagram?
Do it.
Yes, my Instagram is 3_Katya Kan, Katyakan. I've got a lot of events coming up, including Thursday at Basing House, that stand-up I mentioned, as well as show in Hanway in Soho next Saturday, and live drawing on the 9th of April. So just follow me on Instagram, you can sign up. Thank you. If you have questions, I'll be here as well.
Thanks. Excellent. How do you follow that? Well, you follow it with Timmy Miller has a heavy head. Carlo, are you here? Yay, excellent. Okay, glad you made it all the way from Beirut. Nice one. Okay. Yeah, but you were in Beirut when I was speaking to you, right? So Carlo Kashishian, yeah? Okay, excellent. Okay.
Bergedorf Wilson.
Timmy Miller, how are you?
Yes, fine, thank you. And you?
Very well, thank you. Shall we explain some pleasantries?
Yes, let's explain our pleasantries.
Yes. Well, go on then.
Oh, I see you have your human.
Yes.
How is your pet human?
He's very well, thank you.
Yes, he looks good. He looks healthy. Good coat.
Yes. Oh, I see the mushrooms are early this year.
Yes, we've had some lovely wet weather recently. Where are you headed, Bergendorf?
Oh, I'm just doing my usual perambulations.
Very nice, very
yes. Have you any gossip regarding the local news and any recent ideas?
No, you know me. I'm a hermit. I like to stay inside. I really have no news, no gossip. But on the ideas front, I do have this recipe that I'm eager to complete. But I have a problem. What is this here? Do you recognize this?
What is this? Oh, I see. It is parchment paper. Ah, that looks like the script of Cornelius the Sorcerer. And it refers to a rare herb. Yes, let me see. I think that I can help you. Yes, it's henbane. So, there's the recipe. And all you have to do is to find the herb.
And how do I find this herb?
I do not know myself, but I do know that Augur the Seer knows about such medicaments. Now, he is a very learned seer. He can lead you to Cornelius the Sorcerer. I'm sure of it.
Oh, okay, that's great. So I see Augur the Seer to lead me to Cornelius, who has the herb.
That is quite correct. To find Augur the Seer, you need to close your eyes and walk 3 paces backwards. And if you bump into a tree, then your quest will turn out happily. So basically, you've got to walk backwards through the woods for, I should say, at least 3 days. And then, in a shady nook, you may well find Cornelius.
The sorcerer you're seeking is called Cornelius.
Lucia!
He can bid solid corporeal forms from the ether mist. It is he from whom you need assistance, located between existence and dreams over 1,000 leagues in distance, where reality strands are fallen in, chaotic patterns that the subjective mind tries to find order in. The apothecary of prophecy, but what does he offer? An assorted ensemble of all sorts for your wants. As per the divine ordinance, I am required to provide the precise coordinates. 51 degrees, 10 minutes 4, 3 decimal, 8 seconds north, 1 degree 4 begins the second set, 9 minutes 3-4, decimal 3 seconds west. For a successful quest, it's a mental test attempting several steps across a Maurits Cornelis Escher sketch.
I understand your name is Timo. Come from afar.
Cornelius, I have this recipe. And I'm looking for this. Here, henbane. Henbane. Do you have henbane?
I indeed do have such a herb, but it should be only used once a month to produce the miasmic elixir. And these are the herbs. And you must only, as I said to you, use them once a month. Produce the best results.
Yes, that's exactly what I need. Exactly.
Not long ago, a German monk on a camping trip ate some deadly nightshade berries. After mistaking them for an edible fruit, he was discovered wandering naked by a traveler and rejected all attempts at assistance. So do be careful.
Thank you, old wise one Cornelius, for the herbs and the advice.
Be on your way, quickly.
May we cross paths again. You never get used to it. This doesn't taste right. Bloody Cornelius, he's ripped me off. Crops from a mo-burnt batch, no doubt. No more Xenomancy for me, I tell you. Wait, what the?
Yeah, Mr. Miller. So tell me, how have you been doing with the medication?
Oh, yeah, much better. Yeah, no visualizations at all.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
Oh. Okay. This time I have a little task for you. I'd like you to repeat a sentence. It's just, I view the world as normal. Can you remember that?
View the world as normal.
And you repeat it 2, 3, also more times a day for yourself. And then I'd like you to start on some Seroquel. I think that should block your dopamine D2 receptors right up and help you to deal with the derealization. Yeah? Okay. I think that's good. And then I'd like to see you in 3 weeks. You get the prescription at the reception, no? And they'll also give you a new date. Okay. Goodbye.
Thank you.
All the best. See you in 3 weeks, yeah? And don't forget the sentence, yeah?
Okay, no drugs at all consumed during the making of that film. Carlo, come on up. And I think we've got the actor here too, don't we? Yeah. Do you want to come up too? No? It's... Excellent. Okay, let me give you a microphone. What am I doing here? Okay, turn it on.
Thank you.
There we go. We're starting the questions already.
Sorry, what was that? It took a long time. I'm a bit fuzzy on it. It was over a period of years, actually, but that's why there's so much inconsistency in the beard lengths and like things. But I wasn't too bothered about any of that sort of stuff.
It kind of works anyway because
I think so. I got
the
past.
focus is going all the time and the edits are going strange.
Yeah, it works fine. I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a period of years. Yeah.
Okay, so where did it come from? This film, like.
It was a very slow burn process, probably beginning in around 1994, and it started with a doodle from a page on my schoolwork, and then it was it's an accumulation of fragments from my life that I ended up compressing into this. So bits and pieces. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go through all the little pieces, but yeah, that's how it.
I think it's there.
Kept going, didn't it? Over those, all those years, you sort of had the idea of this and the model and everything, and it sort of grew organically, really, didn't it?
Yeah, very much organically over a period of years. I wasn't even sure if I would make it, but then I decided to do it. I can't remember what made me actually decide to do it, but because I don't make films generally, I do drawings, and I met Phil Baird, who's briefly in the film, and then he does the voice of the sort of creature that looks a bit like a seal and a dog, and
He's the best character, right?
Yeah, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I did the creature thing, but I've never done anything like that before. I just researched it a bit and then spent 3 days doing the mouth, and it got.
Yeah. It's really convincing, but it's also down to the performance.
Oh yeah. So some of it was improvised, and some of it was like lines I wanted to be said, and yeah.
It goes through the whole thing, doesn't it, Carl? You have sort of like a specific sort of unit, and then we as actors were contributing to the dialogue as well and stuff.
I got the impression that the individual cast members were really integral to the making of the piece. Like you wanted to find roles for them to feel really like.
That's very perceptive. Yes, So I think I definitely noticed characters as life goes on, and I did think, I wonder if I could. But yeah, it wasn't just that, because I did want the piecing together of the thing. There was like the idea for the scenes, but then maybe some of the people I've met instructed what the scenes can be as well, and so. But that definitely happened. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've got some very strong actors there. Do we have any other questions from the audience? Yeah, one here.
No, sorry. So it was filmed in 3 parks. So yeah, Richmond Park with the deer, and then there was one spot near Brighton, and then there was one spot in South London near Peckham. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, and there's one other place up in North London.
Lilyfields Park as well.
Oh yes, so five locations outdoors. Yeah. The Brighton one, I was looking for a specific kind of tree, and the man who's Cornelius the sorcerer with a stick, he lives near there, and it's difficult to get him to move like much further from there. So, yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions?
The the effects of henbane, I think, I'm not an expert, and because this was a few years ago, this information is a bit like vague for me now, but I think it just makes you feel ill, I think. I think there might have been a bit more to it than that, but I can't remember. It was finished. It's what year was it? 2018, maybe, or 19, maybe 19. I didn't know what to do with it in the end as well, because I didn't really have a plan. I just wanted to do it.
Is that? Yeah.
No, it was shown in a film festival in New York in 2019. Sorry? I didn't go, but yeah, that was interesting. And then but this is quite strange to see it and hear it like here and with all you people here. So that is different.
Well, thanks for sending it in to us, Carlo. I mean, we only just got it. I mean, it came to us quite recently.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago I sent it. Yeah.
Okay, everyone, give a round of applause to
Thank
Carlo
you.
and his actor. I'm going to find out the dealer later. Okay. So next up, this is a lovely piece. Skeleton Dance by Charlotte Bill. Is Charlotte in the audience? Hey, excellent, Charlotte. Great stuff. Okay, so let's play this. Shot on 16mm. Charlotte Bill, everyone. Here she comes. Give her another round of applause.
Thank you. Any questions?
Okay, it's a lovely piece. It's a
Oh,
really
thank
nice
you.
piece. I love I love the rhythm of it. I love the imagery of the sticks and so forth. My question is about kind of a process. Like, was this a scripted piece, or does it kind of just evolve out of the animation process?
Yeah, it evolved from the animation process. I should say I made it in 1991, which is kind of a long time ago. So I haven't seen it for
Whoa.
ages. And,
That's like when we got started, Exploding Cinema. So,
Yeah.
okay, there's an, right.
But the reason I sent it in was because I was filming the Brian Barnes's Nuclear Dawn
Right.
mural in Brixton. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's got a huge skeleton, and it reminded me of this film, so I dug the film out and sent it to you. But yeah, the story emerged as I was animating,
Okay.
because it took 3 months to animate.
Yeah, I can believe.
You know, it took a long
Sure.
time, so the story sort of emerged as I went along.
All right.
And I shot on negative film, so I hadn't really seen negative before, and I was getting it transferred over, and I just thought it was really, I liked the colour of the negative.
Yeah.
So I kept the negative in
It's
as well as the
seductive, isn't it?
positive. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it has the feeling of a kind of scripted piece, so that's kind of incredible, I think.
Well, it felt, I don't know, I suppose animation's so slow that a lot of it's quite autobiographical, because it just took so long to do. That I don't know. It's just so slow that you have to think about what you're doing.
Yeah. I've done some animation, and it is painfully slow. Are you still doing animation?
Yeah, I was doing some the other week, actually. It was really fun. It was great. And it wasn't, I didn't have to send it off to the lab and then transfer it over. It was like, yeah, I am.
Okay, so what's that? What are you doing now?
Well, I've been making a film about coal and glass, so I collected lots of broken glass, and I was animating glass and coal. So yeah, I'll send it in.
Do. Okay, send it in to us. Do we have any questions for Charlotte?
Any question?
Yeah. In the glasses. Yeah.
No, I just did it. I'd got a Bolex camera, which I'd been really wanting for ages, and I got it. But film's really expensive, so I just thought, I'll animate, and then one reel will last weeks, so yeah. And then, yeah, I was living in Tynemouth in the northeast, so there was lots of things to find on the beach to animate with. So I had lots of seaweed in the bedroom, and I'd water it every morning to keep it fresh. And yeah, so it was really very significant part of my life, really. It was like that choice: am I going to be an artist or not? I think I'll be an artist. So it was very enjoyable, but it did take a long time.
Another question.
The soundtrack was happening simultaneously because I was living with this musician, Nigel Ayres, who's a really very creative person, and he was sort of making the sound while I was making the film. And it starts off with like flute keys. The first sounds are so the sounds are all organic, and he layered up the sounds as the film was going along.
It's a very beautiful soundtrack.
Yeah, he's very talented.
It's really nice.
He also made a lot of the models. Really, he did a lot of the work on this. He made all the skulls, and he made the big skeleton.
It's a good working relationship. Did you work with him again?
It was really good. Yeah, we were in love. It was fantastic. Yeah,
Brilliant.
we worked together for a long time. No, I won't tell you what happened. It's a very sad story. But anyway, we're still in touch now, and he'd be here now, but he went to live in Cornwall. So.
Okay, excellent. Any other questions?
Yeah. I did find the little one, but it's so long ago, it's hard to remember, really. but things just came along, and the set was sort of there in the bedroom, so things would get added, and it kind of just organically grew.
I'd give anything to go back to that bedroom now.
Oh, I know, it was
be
great. We
amazing.
got thrown out in the end, though, you know, the
bet you did.
landlady went mad. We had a whole place full of these plaster cast virgins everywhere, Virgin
Excellent.
Marys, you know,
Excellent.
it was, she did throw us out.
And also, I love the fact that you just decided that you want to do some animation, and you just did it. That's totally exploding cinema.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
Well, thanks
Thank
for
you.
showing it.
Okay, just 3 more films to go. But before we play our next film, we've got like a questionnaire over in the corner of the room over there, because we never understand why any of you choose to come to our events, and we'd like to know a little bit more about you. Thank you. Okay, so next up is a film called Now, and it's by Marcin Cicek Pop. And he's on Zoom because he's got a COVID thing going on. No, he's not on Zoom. He is on Zoom. Okay, here we go.
So right now I'm thinking about getting a blanket and sitting in the park. And yeah, letting my belly get some of the sun.
So my here and now is in Dubai. I live here almost 2 years, although I'm from Poland. And right now I cannot wait for entertainment to be reopened because I would love to go back to the way I was living before. I started my dream life around, let's say, 3 or 4 years ago. I started traveling and performing in different kind of places in the world. So I would like to continue. I would like to continue here in Dubai because it's an amazing place for artists, and I think I can chase my dreams here. So this is my here and now. I'm trying to make the best of it. For now, I'm mostly teaching, and I'm trying to get back on track financially and mentally. And I need to get back to my form. But besides that, I'm very positive, and I believe that it will happen soon. I believe it will happen after Ramadan, and then we will start our lifestyle one more time.
Dropped the apple juice, but caught the glass. Been alone for the afternoon, but heard the neighbours having friends over with a small dog. Green, yellow, white and grey, a sickly citrus vision that highlights the sadness that comes with spring. Liking more the idea of moving somewhere higher above the ground. I'll see more from there. I'll do more once I'm over there.
Okay, are we able to get, are we going to speak to Marcin?
Hey, can you hear me?
He was going to be here, but
Yeah, I'm here.
unfortunately- okay, there he is. Okay, Marcin.
Hey, it's been a while.
Well, okay, good to see you anyway.
Good to see you too. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a shame you couldn't be here, but we could.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Such are the times that we live in. Okay, so this film, this was a lockdown film, right?
Yeah, it's a lockdown documentary. I made it last year, over April. Yeah, it was April 2021.
Is it like a crowdsourced type thing, or what was going on there? Are you getting the images from different people? Are there voices from?
I mean, yeah, I made it for an online documentary film club and the Haringey community kind of film club. And so we were asked to create 3 films altogether, and that was the final film for the project. So the main theme was now. So what I decided to do, I just decided to invite my friends to create this film. So I asked them to shoot whatever they saw through the windows, or they were all in different locations. Some of them were in Poland, some of them were in Dubai, some of them were in Cornwall, some of them were in other parts of London, or Italy. So what I did, I asked them to shoot the footage basically and record their thoughts about what now meant to them. And obviously nothing was scripted, so it was completely up to them what they were saying. So, I just wanted them to feel completely free about, what they wanted to show and say. That's why there's the kind of the film itself is quite inconsistent when it comes to their speeches, because they all, like James provided me with this amazing poem he wrote over the lockdown, while Daria was completely focused on her kind of career in Dubai. And all their friends just wanted to go to a park and relax, So, yeah. So also,
but it sets up some interesting contrasts, like when we're seeing an image of a beach, and then there are images of the city being kind of placed over the top of that, and it's like it's forced. I mean, I was being forced to think about what are the relationships here, and it is just that it's the now, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was now. I mean, it still is, because I'm on Zoom now. So do you know what I mean? So
sure.
Also, this idea of placing these random images kind of was referring to Zoom or Teams or whatever conversations as well, and considering so many windows.
Sure,
and
yeah.
What was interesting to me when I was creating this project was the fact that some of these friends I didn't see for years. I haven't seen for years. So we're still in touch, but we don't see each other at all. Especially the Daria who lives in Dubai. We studied together back in Poland. That was I don't know, maybe 2002 or something. We haven't seen each other since. We're in touch now via WhatsApp messages, because we know someone who knows, who knows both of us. So that's quite interesting. And we're in very, very constant touch during the lockdown. So interesting. So
yeah. Do we have any questions for Marcin from the audience here? While David does whatever he's doing. Huh? What time is now is the question.
Time is now.
Yeah,
It's
I think that's a
16
KLF
past
reference.
10. I'm in London, so it's 16 past 10.
Woo woo.
It's time 0.
Time is now. Okay, any other questions from the audience? Well, Marcin, we look forward to showing. I think we've got a few more films of yours in the post bag, so we'll be talking to you again soon, and I guess hopefully having you on stage here with us.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
And being another window in the now. Okay, next film is from France, from Paris. It's called Join the Herd. It's a very short one, so pay attention. It's by Pierre-Yves Clouin. The tension, right? I do love a short film. It basically does what it needs to do, and then it finishes, and there we go. I don't think Pierre's going to be with us. He's a very difficult guy to pin down. He's not in the Zoom room, is he? He's very busy, apparently. He's too busy filming his pasta, and it's like... Okay, so we've come to the last film of the evening. And I'm very proud to present a film by this filmmaker because he's been sending us films now for a good 10 years, I think. He's been very consistent. And he's in Australia, and he's in the Zoom room, maybe. He's in the Zoom room? David Anthony Sand? No, it is very early in the morning there. I completely understand that he's not in the Zoom room, but I was kind of hopeful we might finally get to see him. The film is called Between Here and There. David Anthony Sant, everybody. The guy doesn't know how to turn off his camera. He just keeps filming and filming and sending us stuff, and we love that. That's good. That is good. So we've come to the end of the screenings, but the bar is going to stay open for another 35 minutes or so. Okay, 5 minutes. All right. I was trying to get a bit more out of him. Anyway. So the bar's going to stay open for 5 minutes, but you can stay and drink and have a chat with us, and that would be lovely. Do come to more of our events. Do send us in your films if you're making films. We don't have a next show. Maybe in May. Do we have? Is Ben around? Do we have another show in May? Maybe it's like we don't. It's not quite been booked yet. Yeah. So you're gonna have to stay tuned. So join us on Instagram or on Facebook or whatever your social media poison is. I've been Adam. Thank you very much. And thank you to the tech team at the back there. Very smooth operations, very smooth. Cheers.